right. Hello there. Good afternoon. I hope that you're having a great week. And I figured let's just jump in and get started. I will wait a couple of seconds until I get a couple of people on. So far I don't have it hasn't kicked in. So give me just 1 second. I think I see Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. And we will flip this in just 1 second. I do need to go get the tablet, so I'm really here. I just have to run across the room and come back. So don't go anywhere. Are you not ready yet? Okay. Well, I'll wait a second until Darren's got that. Hello, it's me again.
No, come and get it.
Okay, now I've got it. Hang on 1 sec. I'm really here. Okay, got it? Is it down? Okay.
It's alright.
It's alright. We got it. Okay. Sorry. We are pros around here. Can you tell? Let's see if I can find a spot for this. I hope you are all having a great afternoon. And I am just excited to show you a fun product today and a fun project. I just haven't found a spot for this. I'll take this down and then I'll be okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch views on my camera. So don't get seasick, and we will get going on our card. Darren, who have we got on so far?
So far, I have to get there. I'm sharing it with Brutus now.
Just want to say hello to everybody. And usually I can see everybody faster, so I can individually say hello to you. Okay, we are going to play with some Aqua Pigments today.
Cheryl Shows is on.
Yep, I did see Cheryl on there.
So far, she's the only one talking, so.
Well, Cheryl, thanks for talking. Don't be shy. If you're on, say hello. Okay, these are the Aqua Pigments. These three happen to be, there's more in the collection, but these three happen to be metallic Aqua Pigments. Now, you've seen me work a lot with the Aqua Pigments, but these ones are so much fun. You know me. You know I love a little sparkle and a little glitz, and these just add so much.
Karen's on.
Hi, Karen. Aqua Pigment paper. This is my favorite watercolor paper that I've worked with. It holds so much product. You can have so much fun with it. Doesn't warp as easily as a lot of others do. So we will start out with a piece of that. And let me move this guy over to the side. And we are going to use this stencil. And Darren, will you remind me what the stencil is called?
Which one?
The wave.
It is called High Tide, I think.
This is called High Tide. I am terrible with remembering the names of these. And you can see, if you see that my stencil looks gunky, that is a very good sign. If it's super clean, it's either new or it's not a good sign. Excuse me. So last time, I think I showed you this Pixie Spray. This is awesome if you are going to be doing anything with a stencil that's very liquidy, but we're not quite ready for that, so I got a little ahead of myself. Glenda?
Yeah.
Hello, Glenda. And who is?
Grace.
Hi, Grace.
And Mary's on as well.
Hi, Mary. I'm so glad you guys are joining me. This is so much fun. You know, with the social distancing, it's nice to be able to visit online. Okay, so we are going to use, this is called Delphinium. And I am going to get a pretty generous amount. You can see they come with like an eyedropper. And I am just going to squirt a bunch of that into my little tray. And like I said, I'm using quite a bit of this. You can dilute it a little bit. I'm not going to in this case. I'm just going to use this really fat brush to get it all on our watercolor paper. And
blending brush?
No, this is just a brush I have in my stash. I actually got this brush at Creativation a couple years ago. I love it. It's Menta, Royal, and Langnickel. And it's great when you're doing something with just like loose
Mary asked, do you
color.
dilute with water?
On this particular one, I did not dilute it, but yes, you absolutely can. But I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more, deeper of a color.
Amanda Nolt says hello.
Hi, Amanda. Okay, so we've got our basic color down. I'll just wipe up my mat so I don't end up with color everywhere because I am very good at that. And I will show you how pretty this is when it dries. I'm hoping that the camera will pick up just how pretty the shimmer is in this.
Make sure you look at your tablet when you put it close to the camera. You'll be able to tell that way.
Okay, so here is one that is dry. It'll take a minute for my camera to catch up with me because there is a delay. I don't know if you can see.
Karen Burns says hi.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining me today. Can you see that? So pretty. It's kind of subtle on this one, but I love it. I think it's really pretty. And I don't know if you used it on just regular cardstock, it might be even more, something you could see even more. It might be a little bit more subtle because of the texture of the paper, but either way, this is just beautiful. So I'm going to hope that that worked because the delay is long enough on my tablet that I don't want to keep you staring at this piece of paper forever. So we'll let this other guy dry.
You can see it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. So I am going to spray the back of my stencil a little bit. It already has a little bit of spray on it from using it before. And the spray kind of sticks kind of forever, to be honest with you. I haven't been able to get the spray off. So you're kind of committed once you do spray it on there. But with the way that I use stencils, I'm okay with that. I just keep my packaging so it's not sticking to another stencil or anything. And I haven't had any problems with it. So now I'm just using this iCrafter purple tape. And we are just going to tack this down even more.
That's a Pixie Spray, Shannon?
That was Pixie Spray, yes. Which is particularly good if you're using something very liquidy when you're stenciling. And I am going to slow down a little bit. I know sometimes when I do these lives, I get a little bit nervous, and so I talk fast. So I'm going to try to just calm myself down a little bit. I am amongst friends, I know. All right. And you may not need all of this, but
Brenda is joining.
Who did?
Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. How is everyone's summer going so far?
We're talking about how the 70 degrees and 72 degrees there.
Where is it 72 degrees?
We're, so far where they are, not where we are. It's 110
Yeah,
here.
it's 110 here. So yeah, I am a little jealous of your 72 degrees. Okay, so once again, we are going to use my favorite brush of all time. This is the Ergonomic blending brush from Pink and Main. Brutus Monroe does have this on their website. And I believe Darren is putting a link up for that. So we are going to use this really beautiful, this is Iris. Also, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but Brutus Monroe has different subscriptions that you can do. You can do Stamp of the Month, you can do Stencil of the Month, there's an Embossing Powder of the Month, and there's actually an Aqua Pigment of the Month club. And that's a fun way to get some new colors. June is on. Hi, June.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh, and I do want to point out one other thing that's kind of cool about having these eyedroppers on there. I was just thinking I have quite a bit of color on there. I can just scooch it back in. You don't waste as much product that way. And now I feel like I have a more sensible amount. So So I'm going to just go ahead and get my brush nice and juicy. And you could use a stamp block just as easily as these little trays. And I'm just going to go over the top of this. And I am going to add a third color, so I'm going to leave the two corners open so that I can add another color. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Amanda Knoll says Wisconsin's a little sticky, but it's cool in the shade.
Sticky but cool in the shade. Yeah, at least we do have a dry heat. That's what we all console ourselves with, is it's a dry heat. All right, I think we about have that covered. And did you see how easily that blended? And this is a dry piece of cardstock, because remember this one I set to the side, which actually is already pretty much dry. So now we are going to add a third color. This is called Sunflower, and it's got kind of a green hue to it. Really pretty color. And we will, I'm not even going to, excuse me. Benji has a walkie-talkie, and apparently when he goes to his friend's house, which doesn't happen often right now, but he has a friend that comes in into town when he visits his dad. So we let him go see him because he hasn't seen him for so long. But anyway, when he goes, then we let him have his walkie-talkie so we can just tell him to come home or whatever when it's time, or just check in with him. He just kind of picked a funny moment just now. All right. So this green is coming out really pretty on top of this other, on top of the delphinium, the sunflower. I guess it's definitely a yellow green, but I definitely pick up more of the, like, it's definitely a green yellow.
Brenda asked if you work for Brutus Monroe too.
I am on their design team. So I'm not like employed by them, but I am on their design team. And it is lots of fun. Hi, Ashley. All right. If I have missed anybody, I apologize. I do go back through the comments after. So if I've missed you, I will try to catch you later. All right. So who is ready to see the magic? So this magic is only a preview because we are going to do something even more beyond what we've done. So here's the stenciling magic with the metallic Aqua Pigments. You can see, so pretty. Love, love, love that. But we are going to take it a step further. So I'm just going to stick that right back on. Hopefully you got a glance. And honestly, that would be a pretty card all by itself, but we are going to use this new product that is really fun. So this is called Metallic Chroma Glaze, and it is so much fun. I can't wait to show you. In fact, I will show you. I'm trying to decide if I want to show you before or after some of the different colors. I will tell you this. It comes in copper, it comes in gold, it comes in opal, which is what we're going to use here, and it comes in silver, and I believe the other color is brass. I do not have brass, but I have all of these other colors. So we're going to use this opal over the top of what we've done.
Margaret asked what type of tray is your blending brush on?
Hi, Margaret. You know what? I just bought, I think I got these at like Dollar Tree. They're just little disposable watercolor palettes. I like them because they are just kind of cheap, and I don't care if they, you know, I just use them till they're battered and bruised, and then I'm done with them. So I'm going to show you a really cool tool after this. So I've just got my little spatula to kind of get some product on there, and I have a really cool tool that's going to just kind of even everything out. So I don't need all of that, but so this is a Stencil Pal, and this makes stenciling with any kind of medium like this so much easier. So I'm just going to even that out. Gets it all in those crevices. Makes it a little easier to utilize your product, I think. And we'll put a little over here. Because on this one, if you weren't going over something that was wet like I did, you could just scrape it back into your jar. But where I've got color on mine, I don't want to muddy up my jar. And I almost had enough just as it was, but I'm just going to put a little bit down here just to get in these little crevices down here. So I do have, we'll let this dry, but I do have one that I made already because it does take a little while to dry. I'd guess maybe a couple hours. I'm not even sure if it takes that long. When I'm really, really impatient, I use my heat tool, but it's not recommended, so I didn't really say that. We'll keep that a secret. I should do my whisper voice because that's what Christopher does when he's doing his lives. He'll do a little whisper like no one really knows what he's saying. Just every single person watching that, right? He's hilarious. I love watching his lives. And he is live on YouTube several nights a week. So you probably want to subscribe to his channel on YouTube. It's under Christopher Allen. And there's also a Brutus Monroe channel you can subscribe to. And if he gets enough subscribers on the Brutus Monroe channel, then he'll just go from there. All right, he'll just broadcast from there. You have to have enough followers to do that. All right, so let's look at this. Good rule of thumb, you don't want to leave this on. You do want to take it off right away, even when it's not dry. So even that's cool, but it's going to look even cooler when it dries. And I will show you the one I did last night. I think I'm going to like this other one a little better because I got a little more green on it than the one that you're going to see. But I will show you, and you can decide for yourself. You just try not to make a huge mess. You do want to wash your stencil right away to get the glaze off. And we will do that immediately after this. So the one I did last night, I went ahead and I created this card. You can see all that shine. Just adds kind of a fun bit of dazzle. You know how I love dazzle. And I'm going to show you a different card using the Opal, but I used a different background. So on this one, do you remember the technique I showed, I think it was last week, might have been the week before, where I used just the spray bottles and the Aqua Pigment, just diluted? That's all I did in the background here, and it turned out really pretty. I really love what it did. And then I just put the stencil on with the Opal, and it just added a little bit of magic to it. So I'm sure I'll finish this card out. I have a unicorn.
There, yeah, that's what the sentiment says.
Oh, this?
It's backwards.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It says thank you. It's just a die that I had in my stash.
Tara says hello.
Hi, Tara. Tara or Terry?
Tara O'Brien.
Hi, Tara. And then we've got like I said, we've got this that gives a whole different look.
Margaret and Mary like the cards.
Aren't they fun? This is simple. This is just a fun, easy card. And sometimes I really enjoy, you know, I love to color. But sometimes, you know, if you're having kind of a slump or if you just need something quicker, sometimes it's fun just to sit down and create a whole bunch of backgrounds. And so these are both Opal. I'll show you. I did post a card on Facebook and Instagram earlier this week. This was the card. And this right here is a combination of gold of the same metallic, the Chroma Glaze. So I used the gold down here and just kind of worked it into the copper. And I couldn't get a picture that really did it justice because you couldn't see the shine. Let me hold it up a little bit. The shine is kind of awesome. I love it. So hopefully you can see the shine on all of them. I hope I hold them up all high enough. And so then I wanted to see, the only one I hadn't tested out was I hadn't tested out the silver. So I went ahead and I used, this is called, is it Seaskin, Darren?
What's that?
Seaskin.
Yes. Let me check.
I showed you this stencil last week. I just hadn't used it yet. But I used this with the silver on Midnight cardstock. And it's just simple, and I still haven't put it into a card, but I love that. I think it just looks really cool and really elegant. Just a pretty, pretty thing. So all the links are there for all of the Chroma Glazes and also the Aqua Pigments. Does anybody have any questions at this point? I'll show you this, because even though it has a ways to go before it'll be dry, you can already see the Aqua Pigment color kind of coming through. That's going to be a pretty background. Like I said, I like it a little bit better because it has a little bit more green on the edges. A little bit more variance there. All right. Well, I think that's probably just about it, unless anybody has any questions. Hopefully everybody's feeling well and doing well, and I hope you're utilizing your stay-at-home time to create.
The one of the silver make a beautiful mermaid card background.
Wouldn't that be a fun mermaid card? I just might have some mermaid stamps I need to use. Just maybe. I might have shown you the inspiration box for this month, huh? Maybe we'll have to do that in the meantime.
Mary asked us to clean up with just soap and water.
Yes. Yep. I actually just use baby wipes and same thing, I'm sure. And actually, also, I should tell you that these brushes clean off really well, too. Any other questions? Everybody doing well? Anybody have any requests for things they'd like to see? I'm open to all of that. Oh, I did want to point out one thing that's kind of fun. I haven't tried it with the Opal, with the metallic Chroma Glazes, but with the regular Chroma Glaze that Brutus Monroe carries, that's just the regular, just flatter colors, I guess you would say. I have used those with glitter when it's wet like this. I've just sprinkled some, I love this. This is the glitter. It's called Sparkling Snowflake Glitter, and it's beautiful. It turns out really nice. So that's another option. But I think I will call it a live. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks for joining me today. I just love you guys. And I really am having fun just reconnecting and crafting and having fun with you. So if you do ever have any kind of requests or questions, please feel free to either message me or you can comment on the video. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much, and I'll be back next week.